Alright, so this is going to be more of a practical video. So we want to see the true cost of ownership if you were to buy a car at the cost of $60,000 here. We're just using a Challenger as an example, but obviously a newer one can go for more than 60,000. But we're using simplistic numbers here just to get the point across. So if you put a 10% down payment, so that's 60% of that will be $6,000, and let's say you do a 72-month finance. Now, obviously, with the current interest rates and depending on your credit, you might have an APR of about 8%, 10%, 15%. I've seen examples where people go pay more than 15%. I've seen examples where people pay less than 8% and somewhere in between. But we're just taking 8, 10, and 15 as simplistic numbers. At 8%, at 72 months to 6,000 down, again, we're excluding taxes, fees, and your registration because that's going to vary from state to state. At 8%, you're going to pay $946.79 a month. At 10%, you're going to pay $1,000.40 a month. At 15%, you're going to pay $1,141.83 a month. But what is the true cost of the loan? So if you were to make these payments, let's say if you never miss a payment, you never pay a late payment for 72 months straight, how much would you actually pay for a $60,000 loan? At the end of your 72-month payment, you're going to have a total cost of the loan of $74,169 at 8%, $78,028 at 10%, and $88,211 at 15%. So what should you do? Because you're loaning out about $54,000 and you're ending up paying $88,000, for example. So what should you do, in my opinion? You should save up and buy a cheap car because this is kind of crazy. Nobody should accept 8, 10, or 15%. You know, even with these current rates, you shouldn't accept 15%, even higher. I've seen cases where people pay 22%, 25%. Nobody should accept 25%. So you should buy a cheap car or look for a 0% APR deal, guys. Sometimes these changes from month to month, you're gonna find a 0% APR deal depending on the car, and depending on the make and model. And I've seen a lot of electric cars for 0% APR. Just gotta Google 0% APR car deal and see what's available near you.